Welcome to another episode, everyone. And this is part one. A Crip stabbed a Hoover right there in the Los Angeles County Jail. And it ignited a bloodbath because the Hoovers essentially had to respond to this incident rather rapidly. There in the Los Angeles County Jail, it is replete with violence. Gang violence. Individuals there are constantly beating on one another and stabbing on one another to prove their grit. And in the modules, individuals do not take no for an answer. And at this time, a lot of the blacks were on that Christina Aguilera, that white girl, that Jennifer Aniston, that Christola, that Cristal. They were sniffing this stuff. Some of them were even smoking it. It was happening in prison as well. I believe it's pretty much over with. It was just a phase, but this stuff is not made for human consumption. People are tweaking off of this stuff, staying up for 3 and 4 days at a time, hallucinating. Losing their minds, hearing voices. All of this, it should have been banned a long time ago from these individuals being able to use this stuff, but they are in there using it. And an individual from Hawthorne that we're going to call Big Looney was in there, and he was on this stuff tough. When he was not using, he was a strong individual who would work out. He had been to prison, and he was intelligent. But there was something off about him, and I didn't really like him. That's just me personally. My young homie, who is now resting in peace, he offed himself a few years ago. The homie from 5 Deuce Hoover. He caught a case. He had gotten out from the county jail. Maybe he had went to prison for a little while. He had caught a case. And he was out on the street fighting the case and apparently felt like he was heading back to prison, that the case was not looking good for him. It was not in his favor. Sometimes people would choose death over prison. That's what he ultimately did, and he blamed himself. Rest in peace to the homie. That's not the way to do it. That's not the way to go out. Just don't do anything. Don't commit any crime. Put yourself in a situation where you have to end up back in prison. So this individual who is the point of this story is no longer with us. But the homie is there at this time in the Los Angeles County Jail. And he's young, light-skinned, like a little pretty boy, basically. He's not a killer. He's a get money type dude. Got a lot of women. They're all coming to see him. He's getting homies pulled out on visits. He has the sack in there. He's looking out for everybody. This whole sort of thing here. If anything, we're all going to protect him. He's not the killer in the crew. He's not a coward either. And he's in the cell with Big Looney from Hawthorne. And at some point, I explicitly told him, get out of the cell with this dude. I just don't trust him. Something about this individual rubs me the wrong way. But the young homie is saying he's looking out for me. He's giving me a sack. He's helping me with my enterprise. I want to stay in the cell with him, but I'll move out eventually. But for right now, let me stay in the cell with him until I get what I need to get out of him. But reports are already coming back that this individual Looney is in the cell, getting high, sniffing that stuff, and staying up for 3 and 4 days at a time. This is not new right here in the county jail. This is a lot of young members were on this stuff tough, period. This dude is one of them, but he's not young. He's an older dude. But he's staying up. But he's not necessarily bothering anyone in the cell other than the fact that he's staying up for 3 days straight. And when I say that these individuals will stay up for 3 and 4 days straight, that's what I mean. I mean, not go to sleep for 5 minutes, nothing. They're standing up. So now they're hallucinating. They're coming down towards the 4th day or so, and they're hallucinating. And they ain't been asleep. I've been in a cell with a few of these individuals, and it was bananas. So Looney is in here off of this, doing the same thing, standing up for days at a time. He's not bothering anyone, supposedly. So when this comes back to us, we tell it, homie, again, man, probably, we don't really think it's safe for you in there. Because when these dudes get off of this stuff, they're liable to do anything. They're hallucinating. They're not in their right frame of mind. I done seen dudes trying to put ropes around their neck and everything off of this stuff, just tripping, man, losing their mind, hearing stuff. I'm gonna tell you about this one thing my cellie was doing before, tripping out on this stuff. I had to down him. I had to take him down. So I'm telling you, it's prevalent in the county jail at this time, and a lot of these dudes are on this stuff, and they tripping. Now it's the K2, but at this time they was on this Christina Aguilera tub. So we telling them, man, I've seen dudes stab people off of this stuff, beat people up. They're not in their right frame of mind. Just get out of the cell with them, bro. But again, the homie doesn't want to listen. He's having it his way down there, so they continue on. Looney is coming out. He speaks to everyone. He comes out. He goes in the day room. He works out. The young homie is in there working out with him. All of my homies, we were cool with Looney. And then one day, they're down there in the cell, and Looney is on one of these benches where he's been up for days. He's clearly hallucinating. The young homie had apparently told Looney to go to bed and sleep it off. Apparently, Looney was down there getting loud on the phone, causing attention. They got stuff inside of the cell that they don't want the police to come in there and find. So he's telling him, man, calm down, bro. Just go to bed. You tripping. You off this stuff again. You tripping. Just go to bed. Looney, hallucinating, he takes umbrage to the homie trying to tell him what to do. And he says, how you going to tell me what to do? I'm the OG up in the cell. You can't tell me what to do, bro. You go to bed. Who you think you talking to? Young homie. Now, I'm not on the tier with them. I'm around the corner. But there are homies on the tier with him. They hear this conversation going on down there because now Looney is yelling. They're all reciting this to me later, exactly what happened. Looney is yelling. They hear it on the tier. The homie, not being a killer, he's just like, man, all right, man, all right. I ain't gonna say nothing to you, man. All right, it's cool. Realizing he done got this dude riled up. He just want to de-escalate it. He know that this dude is high. He just like, all right, man. You're like, what you mean, all right, though? What you mean? No, you just started. What you mean, go to bed? You think you my daddy? Looney done lost it. And then suddenly, he walks over there. The young homie, he's over there by the bars. He's in front of the cell. He's trying to basically get away from the situation. And Looney then walked over there to where the homie was at, pulled out his knife, pulled out a blicky, and hit the homie. Straight, didn't say nothing else, just straight. He's tripped, he high. They say his eyes was like in the back of his head almost, eyes glassy, watery, face turning colors, like he had turned into a demon. He's not in his own mind or his own body at this time. These dudes go elsewhere off of this stuff after the 3rd and 4th day of staying up. Seen it all too often. But nevertheless, that's no excuse. Not one that I want to hear. and not one that anyone wants to hear. Well, yeah, we had already told the homie, man, get your ass out of that cell, and he didn't listen, but he has a right to be wherever he wants to be. This individual is not an enemy of ours. Some Crip set out there in hard time, whatever the hell they are, whatever. And then after he stabs the young homie, he bags up. Perhaps he done came to his little senses now. Homie done grabbed his neck. Man, man, you tripping. And two other individuals in the cell. It was a 4-man cell. These individuals, they didn't got spooked too. Looney out there wielding a knife. He's already used it. They're not about to grab him or tell him to put it down. They just out of the way. But he came to his own and basically went over there on his bed and sat down. The homie is bleeding some. So he eventually makes it down to medical and patches himself up. Just like that. It's just, you go right back to the cell. That's it. They don't care. But while he's down there at medical, we receive information. We receive kites immediately, flooding people running down the tier, telling me and my cellies, it's all Hoovers in the cell with me. They come telling us what just happened. That Looney went off of his rockers and stabbed the homie in the neck, the young homie that we all care about. That he's down there in medical being patched up. And we can't really believe what we're hearing. Like, for what happened? Did he really hit the homie? And just, why would he do that? He thinks that he gonna get away, that this is okay? There has to be an immediate response. I don't care what happened up in there. All bets are off. I want to know what happened. We all want to know what happened. Not just me. But it doesn't really matter. It's not going to change anything. At the end of the day, ultimately, what happened was someone else stabbed a Hoover. That's what happened. What his reason was and all that, who gives a damn? If the homie had not put his hands on you, had not put a knife on you, then you had no reason getting physical with him, particularly with a weapon. So that young homie, he come back from medical, finally. He come over there to the cell. His neck is patched up. I'm looking at him. I'm sitting on my bunk and I'm already upset. So the homies run to the bars, find out exactly what happened. I'm still sitting right there because I'm hot. I'm just looking at him. And he like, big bro, come over here. Come on. Let me tell you what happened. He nearly in tears. He can't believe that Big Looney has done this to him, that he turned on him like this. These individuals were cool. Big Looney was like his big brother or something up in there. But he's out of his freaking mind. He's hurt emotionally and physically. So he starts running it down exactly what happened. He's not talking too loud on the tier. I'm telling him, shh, I don't want everybody on the tier to hear what's going on. How this response is going to happen. He's whispering to us and he tells us exactly what I just told you. That he just was in there. Looney had been tripping and getting loud. So he just told me, just go to bed, big bro. Just get some rest. The same thing one of my little bros would tell me if I'm tripping. I want him to take care of me and tell me to get some rest. Look out for me. But that was how he was rewarded for his concern, with a knife to the neck. He said Looney stabbed him, and then he just perhaps realized what he had just did. He said he did back up and put the knife up, but he said, man, he stabbed me, man. Hit me in the neck. It ain't bad. It's not life-threatening, but it was, it's bad enough. It's a nice little cut there, bro. I was bleeding. tell them, okay, we're going to have someone else go over there and get your stuff. You're not going back in the cell with them now. About to get you a cell over here. Then we're going to take care of this immediately. But we're going to follow the proper protocol and give his faction, his car, his section a chance to even the score. Give them a chance to clean up their own mess, clean up their own backyard, so says the rules. Well, we are inclined not to flout the rules, but to uphold them, adhere by them. And the rules dictate that when someone does something like that, we give that car a chance to take care of their own homie. Either you take care of this individual or we're going to take care of him. And when we take care of him, we're coming after all of you for not taking care of him. That's how we going to get down. Make no mistake about it. And so, I'm going to pick this up in part 2. But let me just tell you, I personally hollered at the necessary individuals. I wasn't alone. They knew the situation just like I knew the situation. And they all knew what should happen next. Now, because the rules say that we give a car a chance to take care of their own business. But normally, typically, that's when someone from that car has disrespected someone. Someone from another car. Someone from that car owes someone some money. Maybe even if they put their hands on them, fight them or something. Beat them down, pack them out. But stabbing, really the rules do not say at that time that we have to give that car a chance to take care of that. You stabbed a homie, damn everything. We gonna take care of that. Y'all gonna play light ball with this dude. We gonna take care of that. Hell, we gonna take care of all y'all. That's what's up. Nevertheless, us being a car of intelligence and discipline, we decided that we would take it to these individuals and give them a chance to handle it. That was probably a mistake too, anyway. And so, me, a few others, we had a conversation with some individuals that could handle the situation and should be able to handle the situation, should want to handle the situation. But these individuals are hesitant. They are almost asking, well, what did the homie do? And the wound's not that bad. He wasn't trying to hurt him. And y'all know that he was high, man. They like brothers, bro. He apologized. He's emotional about what he did. He know he messed up, man. That's like his brother. Now he came down off that stuff like, man, what the hell? What did I do, man? This and that. Like, yeah, man, we get all that. We get that he was loaded. I understand. I really do. Because that played a major factor in it. That's essentially why he did do it. He was out of his freaking mind. I give you that. But brother, you understand that does not nullify what he did. It does not negate the fact that he stabbed a Hoover. You get that, right? Whyever he did it, I understand that he was loaded. But that's not going to fly. So, We're not asking you. We're telling you. Either y'all gonna get this dude up out of here, or we gonna get him up out of here. Today. This is happening today. Not that this is happening to, this is about to happen right now. Well, what's up? We don't even want to talk no more about it. What's up? What y'all gonna do? Because I'm already, looking at the rest of the homies. We already looking at each other, giving ourselves the signal, basically. If these individuals don't take care of it and we giving them a chance to do it, and we didn't have to do that. In this situation, we did not have to do that. But us being of the diplomatic kind, the calm variety, we decided to do that. But I don't think that they're receiving the message with enough urgency. So we're all, communicating with one another in our own way, saying, man, you know what? Let's just get these dudes right now, because they hesitating too much. They want to ask questions. They still need answers and all this. Instead of just saying, no, he was wrong. Hell yeah, we gonna get him up out of here. Like, who do y'all think we are? But at the same time, we got to get this individual out of here too, the perpetrator, the culprit. Maybe not take off on them right now and then have to lead them out. We got to get our target first and foremost. If they're not going to do it. Pick it up in part 2 and let you know exactly what happened. Whether or not these individuals stepped up to the plate, took care of the business, or whether or not, once again, the Hoovers had to come together, unite, unify, and be the aggressor. Deliver a message that most people had already received there in the county jail. But Looney and his cronies apparently had not gotten the memo. Okay. Let you know what happened in part 2. Stay safe and stay free. Rest in peace, homie. People.